Welcome to the third episode of Yo Gabara Gabara, a Godzilla rambling podcast where we make a podcast for as cheap as possible, and it clearly shows.
Hey, but you know what? Look at those figures in the back. They're looking good because we're getting hot in here today.
Cut it off already.
I'm gonna make heat puns throughout this whole thing.
You're so punny. But yeah, today this is Alex's first pick for the episode, and he picked
Godzilla versus Destroyah.
Destroyah!
Yeah, because the last two we kind of had were kind of already thought out beforehand before we really even started, like, what episodes do we want to cover? We're like, well, we got to do 85 and we got to do Byline. That's happening.
Yeah.
So.
The last episode, the last movie in the SI series.
Which is funny because until you posted that CNN thing on our Facebook page, that was supposed to be the last one. I didn't know that. I thought that was pretty cool and then it was just funny when they released 98 and it was such a failure that Japan was literally like, well, you know what? We're going to come back and do it right and show you guys how to do it. And then that's how we got the Millennium series.
Yeah. Which, that's kind of a blessing in disguise, I guess. We get some decent ones.
We got some decent ones out of that.
We got a really good one.
Yeah.
And we got
a horrendous failure.
A horrendous. Oh, gosh. I'm trying to think of like one really good thing that stands out about Final Wars, but I
Monster X. Monster X.
Coming down like Frieza in the background.
It's awesome. Yeah, Monster X is the...
Okay, Gigan looked really cool.
Gigan looks cool. But that's a whole other story. We got to...
Rodan looked really cool. Okay, so before we get into Destroyah, we a little back note for the newer listeners, because I know there are some people that don't listen or that don't watch Godzilla movies. So 2 movies ago, there's an egg that hatches, and it's... Wait, what? That's baby Godzilla. Yeah, they call him baby Godzilla. He's a man in a rubber suit, the same size as a normal person.
Big old bug eyes.
Yeah, and his eyes glowed red when he's scared. That never comes back into play ever again. Well, then in the next movie, in Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, he's little Godzilla, and he looks like, well, as I just said, yep, people haven't seen the old movies. He looks like a child.
Yeah, like he's short and chubby.
Yeah.
He's got big old cheeks.
Cute. He was really cute.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, he's adorable. I have his figure. I'm going to pull him out whenever we talk. He blows little...
He's not Minya. He's not creepy little trash monster Minya.
Yeah, he gets picked on.
Yeah.
All right, so that leads up into this movie where...
we have Godzilla Jr.
Godzilla Jr.
We're actually starting to look more like Godzilla.
Minus the spines.
Yeah, he's got a little baby spine.
He goes
he's very green.
Yeah, he goes from this tiny little potato baby. He's chubby.
Little cherubzilla.
Yeah, and he's still about the same height as Godzilla Jr. in the next movie. It's just that he's slimmed down. He's gone from this giant bubble head to a thinner, to like that head. That's exactly what Godzilla Jr. looks like, minus the spines and, the heartburn. Yeah, I just found out we have a zoom effect. Woo!
You're going to go crazy with that today.
It's like a 70s television show.
All right, now you're just freaking our listeners out.
If they're even watching. So the island that Godzilla and Godzilla Jr. or Little Godzilla are living on just randomly explodes, and they reveal it in the movie that it's sinking to the bottom of the ocean.
And they all kind of think that Junior is dead.
Yeah, because he doesn't show up for a little bit.
He's just gone. But Godzilla, absorbing all that radiation...
Oh, he shows up in the first 5 seconds of the movie.
He is pissed. Pretty spicy. Told you it's gonna happen.
I'm gonna replace you with Joel.
Like Joel make puns the whole time. Anyway, Godzilla is superheated and is going on a rampage through various cities. He even hits Hong Kong in this one.
Yeah. It's one of the greatest openings in a Godzilla.
It really is.
The theme song is amazing. The drums, the horns.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, and I even like the little harp effect when Destroyah's name pops up. They have like the little...
the oxygen destroyer and the bubbles come out. Yeah.
Oh, it's spot on. And so we have a scientist who is studying micro-oxygen, and it's very similar to what Dr. Serizawa made back in the 50s to kill the original Godzilla. And he's studying this that thinks he can increase the size of fish and kind of help Japan's food problem.
Or the world's, really.
Well, or the world's. But it goes awry. A creature, an organism, which I want to talk about a little later in that because some of that didn't make too much sense to me. But anyway, there's a creature in the soil. It gets affected by it.
Half of this movie doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, it just did this. It can do this. Like, why?
Well,
how?
Hold on.
These are from the Precambrian area.
He spent 40 years in that little glass jar to get to that size. And
it was a soil sample.
It was a little microorganism. 40 years later, he's like as big as the eraser on a pencil. And then in 2 days, he becomes Destroyah. How does that happen?
Same xenomorphs.
I mean, I guess.
Speaking of.
But so he gets out. Godzilla's superheated. They're trying to figure out how to cool him down because eventually he's going to explode and wipe out the planet in a really cool effect that they do where they kind of show Godzilla like a kind of a world-ending scenario where he overheats and wipes out all of the world in a pretty cool graphic.
So they fix one way. Oh, he's going to explode. Well, let's freeze him. Okay, but now he's just going to melt down and he's going to melt a giant hole in the
Tokyo
planet.
still is going to become a graveyard, right? The radiation that's released in there is just... There's no coming back from that.
No, it's like, is there any way we can stop this?
Yeah. So, they eventually agree that they need to make some kind of oxygen destroyer.
I love the doctor. You told me not to, and now you told me you want me to? Oh, it's the only way we can kill Godzilla. Like, I don't... Just leave him alone. No, so Destroyah, and this is my choice word on this. Destroyah's a dick.
He really is.
It's just like, I'm going to go for you, little child. I would go as far as to say
he is quite crabby. All right, that's the last one.
Part of me is very proud of you.
You know you.
The other part hates you because I didn't come up with all of this. But yeah, so I don't know, stat-wise about Destroyah, he goes from a tiny little organism, and I'm holding my hand up, and I know y'all can't see this.
It's literally about the size of the eraser on the end of a pen.
It's like
or a pencil, I mean. And
he comes into his next form, which there are dozens of, it seems like.
Yeah. He can just, like, separate and come back together as one creature.
Yeah. Looks like a giant crab with axe blades on the sides of his head. Like this.
Like on the sides of his head there, he's got the big old axe and the tail.
But he has these little mandibles on the side of his mouth, which that figure also has. But... Hello world. Here, hold the book. But he has an extra... He doesn't have that kind of mouth. He has a xenomorph mouth, and that's not a joke.
There's literally a scene in there where they try to reenact Aliens as much as they can, where the police force comes in when they find out about the unidentified life forms, and they start, like, they come in their SUVs, they all pull out their machine guns, and they're going in. It literally becomes aliens. I mean, they start coming out of the walls and the ceilings.
Yep.
Their inner mouths come out and start taking people out, and dude's grabbing him by the tail and pulling him up. It's aliens.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, they try to rip off Predator. They ripped off Alien.
And there's even a dude that you'll see, and he has what basically is a smart gun.
Several guys, because they're flamethrowers.
Yeah, it looks very reminiscent of what Drake and Vasquez have in Aliens.
It was amazing. But overall, like, Destroyah, movie-wise, is I think it's a cool movie. It's nice and reminiscent to the first movie.
Yes, yeah. They definitely tried to harken back to the original. Like you said, this was supposed to be the last one. And so they tried to tie everything back into the original. And then you got a lot of the classic themes. Then even the Oxygen Destroyer comes back. And we even have a star from the first movie.
Every time
back in this one.
Every time I see her, I just think of Raymond Burr, Steve Martin in the movie. It's like, Emiko, and then it's like, oh, hi, Steve.
Yeah.
Like, I came here to see you. Like, that first movie.
But yes, Emiko is back in this one, and yeah, she's a little old lady now, and she's got a niece and a adopted nephew?
No, niece and nephew.
He's the actual nephew.
Yeah, her their father was the adopted son from the first movie.
Yeah.
Who did he even have any lines in the first movie?
Probably not. Probably not.
It was like Akira Takarada, like Mr. Handsome over there. Like, I'm the love interest, and then we've got Dr. Serizawa over there with his epic eye patch.
Dr. Serizawa is one of my favorite. As far as human characters go in all of the Godzilla movies, he's my favorite one.
Yeah.
That's why I was really happy in the legendary movies that we got a Dr. Serizawa and Ken Watanabe. I just kind of hope they don't kill him off in this next one, although I think that's going to happen.
I
don't know. I hope they don't. He's cool.
Serizawa,
man.
Yeah. But this related to this movie. The Oxygen Destroyer just sounds and looks and is a very cool sci-fi weapon.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like a cylinder with a sphere in the middle that can open up and bubbles come out and it liquefies.
Yeah.
And disintegrates
everything
that's around it.
Yeah.
And, if it was used on land, it would turn Tokyo into a graveyard.
Yeah, and when they use it in the water, I mean, they they use it out there in the ocean in the original on Godzilla, but there's really they don't talk about what else it killed out there, because I'm sure it wiped out everything in a large area.
Yeah, but it also apparently woke up tiny little destroyer over there.
Yeah.
And they've been dormant for 40 bajillion years.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how that works, but good for y'all.
So, I did like we talked about the opening. The opening was great with the theme. By the way, when they go to the nephew scientist kid's room, did you notice he has the Godzilla skeleton model? I want that model. That model looks so cool.
It was nice. And he has the little wood model skeleton of a stegosaur, and I was like, I had that as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
We have something in common, dude. That was lame.
But as far as the fights, what do you think about the fights?
Okay, so
do you want to focus on Junior and...
Let's start off with Junior first, because this is where Destroyer comes in. It's like, Destroyer's a dick. So he's flying around in his flying form, which I love that roar. That deep roar. It's demonic. But he's flying around, little Junior shows up, hits him with his breath effect, his atomic breath.
It does some damage on him.
It does. It knocks him down, and then he turns back to his giant crab form and starts to kill Junior.
Well, he lands on him. He pushes like a building on him, climbs on him. He hits him with the inner mouth in the chest, which does a devastating hole right in Junior's chest.
That quickly disappeared in the next scene.
Yes, it did.
I thought, man, them G cells sure regenerate well.
Yeah, man, Godzilla 2000, G-regeneration. Come on, man.
Wolverine would be proud.
And so, but while he's on top of him, while Destroyer's on top of Junior and he's laying on the ground, Junior hits him with that breath, and it blows off several of his legs. And he hits him again. I think he hits him 2 to 3 times, ultimately pushing him and blowing him into a building.
He reverts back to his flying form, and he lands back into a building.
Yeah.
And he's not seen for 4 minutes, but something's happening in the fire.
And so let's talk about this real quick. It's daytime. It's 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. It is daytime when this is happening.
Yep.
Then we got a hard cut to Godzilla out in the water. Steam going everywhere. Again, daytime. Very next scene, Godzilla's on land, and it is dark as night.
It is midnight at this point. Like, how do you walk so slow?
Well, what kind of Crater Lake nonsense is this? Where it's just we're gonna go straight from day to night, nothing, just boom.
It's the smoke. No, that's clearly a night.
The sun is
backdrop.
gone.
Yeah. Literally, the sun is gone because Super Destroyer over here, this one, shows up, picks up Junior, and drops him into a building. You see what I did there? I made a pun too.
Oh.
Okay, we need to calm down. But yeah, so
he not only does he drop him into a giant building, he breathes a bunch of his like beams on him, which those Destroyer beams are pretty powerful, and basically kills Junior. I mean, there's no basic about it. He is dead. He's or dying because like
explosive micro oxygen spray.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, you know what, the horn attack to me is more devastating.
He only used it
twice, and it cuts deep into Godzilla twice.
Yeah, there's some. Ugh. I keep saying button again. Ugh. Godzilla coming around and his giant orange breath attack.
That spiral beam is incredibly powerful.
Did you notice it turns blue for a second when when Destroyer turns back into mid-sized crabs again and start climbing all over him? They're sucking the energy out of him, and he's trying to shoot it, and it just comes out blue again, and his chest isn't as orange as it was before. Well, it looked like he was calming back down.
Well, a lot of it, throughout the movie, he's just breathing fire for no reason, and he's not even attacking a monster. He has to release that excess heat.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
He took it out on Hong Kong.
Yeah, bad.
I think they said he attacked Taiwan. He started at Hong Kong, went to Taiwan, hit somewhere else, and the general of G-Force said that he's making his way to Japan. Like, how did he even end up in China to begin with?
He wanted to go on a little vacation before he goes out.
He teleports.
He's trying to see the world.
Take in the sights.
He knows he's on his last
people.
leg. He's just trying to get a bucket list going real quick.
I was about to say that. This is going to mark Hong Kong and Taiwan off his bucket list. He's already took off New York and California. That's Destroyah Monsters. We'll get to that later.
Well, I like, though, that it does all circle back to Tokyo.
Yeah.
It all comes back to Tokyo, where he inevitably has his meltdown. And so he gets into this scrap with Destroyah, and like I was saying earlier, when me and you were talking before we started filming this episode, if it wasn't Burning Godzilla, if it was any other like Godzilla from the movies, Destroyah would have, I think, beat him hands down.
Any Godzilla?
Before this movie.
Because I don't know, man.
Because Final Wars is apparently the end all be all Godzilla.
I really think that Shin Godzilla could take him.
Well, Shin Goji is too slow, but if he did hit him with that beam might do it.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Also before this movie, so we're looking at Shadow Godzilla.
I really think Earth Godzilla could take him too.
We're looking at Frog Godzilla.
The Godzilla and Godzilla vs. Hedorah could take him on because he could fly too.
Right.
Well, and Megalon because of the dropkick. They bring back the pilot from the commander, I guess.
From Biollante?
From Godzilla vs. Biollante, who we just discovered is not the same actor. That actor was Kazuma in Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla as the goofy pilot that's in love with Garuda. I love pteranodons, and we have to make Super Mechagodzilla 2. Like, you just ruined this whole image of me.
Pteranodons.
Yeah. But, yeah, it turns out the two actors are brothers. Did not know that until last night.
Yeah, you were sending me all these messages.
It's like, dude, they're not the same person. There's the same character, but even though they don't ever mention the names, he just shows up. It's like, oh, well, who's going to pilot Super X3? Which we have a correction.
Yes, we have a correction. We have stated in the last two episodes that there was a couple weapons used, never to be used again, and watching this last night, there needs to be a little correction made.
Gabara Gabara would like to apologize that, yes, the use of cadmium missiles does happen more than once in two different movies.
They use the cadmium missiles. Does it do anything, though? By themselves? I mean, they have to have those.
Just shoot every weapon at it.
Yeah, they bring out the ultra low temp maser cannons, and I mean between those and the missiles, I think that kind of does it. Plus, he did expel a lot of energy against Destroyah in that fight, because like I said, Destroyah was literally dragging him around, And it wasn't until he hit him with that spiral beam several times that it started to really do a number on Destroyah. And that's...
He tried to get the heck out of Dodge, and the army decided, no, we're not going to let you. So they shoot
Destroyah with the ultra low temp lasers, right? Yeah.
Like shoot him in the wings, chest, everywhere, and he falls down to the ground and just breaks back up, never to be seen or heard from again.
Oh no, he comes back, I think, at the very end.
No, that's it. As soon as they shoot him and he hits the ground, he's it. And then Godzilla melts down.
That's right.
And then the movie ends 3 minutes after that.
Meltdown scene.
That's sad.
Man, that's sad. They're playing like the
Akira did a really good job on that score.
Yeah, and that's one note I made is, man, he is such a good composer at making you feel exactly what he wants you to feel in this moment. Like a lot of the flashback scenes during this movie when they flash back to the original Godzilla dying underwater with the original oxygen shore, the music, the sound that is playing through there, just, oh man, it's so sad. And then they bust it back out for when this one's dying at the end. It's
rough.
It's really good, yeah.
And like when you say like Godzilla melts down, he literally melts down. You see
his heart explode.
You see flesh peel off his skull. His arms fall off. He gets like sad. a little tiny Shin Godzilla hand for a second, and
you have this melancholy music just playing the whole time. I will say though, kind of right before the meltdown, when he's still fighting Destroyah and he hits like critical temp, and it shows like his spine starting to melt, and he's still fighting while he's got the melted spines, is such a cool effect. That's so cool. But,
such a sad movie. Thank you for bringing us down.
Hey,
third time's a charm.
Godzilla versus Destroyah, everybody.
Yeah.
And but I did like, so we talked about this was supposed to be the end, that they zoomed in and through the smoke at the very end, and you see Mickey, and Mickey knows before, and then
Mickey looks hot in this movie. I don't mean to go off another topic, but the hair slicked back. She's in that little uniform. Mickey's looking nice. After coming off the Space Godzilla, like the little hair bob that she had, I'm not crazy about that one at all. But something about that slick back hair.
It's a far cry from Biolenny, huh? And so it zooms in through the smoke, and you see Junior, who is alive now, because
he is.
So the essence, the energy, I guess, got transferred from Godzilla to
absorbed
Junior.
It. Yep.
And he is full grown. He's full grown now, and he looks like Heisei Godzilla now.
Like, just thinking about it right now, I get chills, because I love how they did that, where the city's dead. There's nobody around other than the army, but you don't see them. It's dark, there's fog everywhere, there's a light coming from somewhere in the background, and the camera just slowly zooms in, and like through the light you see the silhouette of Godzilla, and he's roaring, but you don't hear anything. And then the closer you get, you hear him roar again, and it sounds like far. I have chills, man.
Yeah, you do.
I love that shot so much.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Biollante scene, like the dark shot, and on the lake, and you see the silhouette of her rose form, and there's the fog and everything. I really love shots like that. I don't know why, but that was the perfect way to end that movie.
Yeah.
And that scene was originally supposed to be at the end of the end credits. So
really,
take that off, Marvel. Like, oh, we invented it. No, you didn't. But they felt like people wouldn't stick around because of how sad the movie ended.
How sad Godzilla's gone now.
Yeah. And so this is like, well, let's just move it to like right after that. And like, well, all right, let's do it.
Kind of give people hope. Like, you know what? We're not done here.
No, and
Godzilla's still here.
Even though we are done.
Until the epic failure that is Godzilla 98, which is made slightly better if you just realize that that's not Godzilla.
That's Zilla.
That's Zilla or Gino.
Or Zilla. But
you know where the Gino comes from, right?
I know. Godzilla name only.
I know. I prefer Zilla myself as well.
Let's bring back Matt Frank.
They did make him pretty cool, though, in Rulers of the Earth.
They did.
That Zilla was pretty cool.
Matt Frank did a really good job on that one. And then Final Wars, that's one of my favorite 3-second fights in Godzilla history. It's Japan giving the middle finger to America.
It really is.
It's like, hey, we can do CGI as well, but we're gonna make him fight our suit Godzilla, and let's see what happens.
And Suit Godzilla.
3 seconds later,
him.
he's across the screen.
What, tail whip into
the Sydney Opera House?
Yep, and then just breathes fire on him until he explodes.
And that's it.
Like, done.
I knew that tuna head wasn't up to much. Next.
Yup.
So, Destroyah wins 1, losses 2. What other monster in the Godzilla universe has the same record there, Alex?
1 win and 2 losses?
2 losses.
And 1 win.
Yep.
I think Mothra? Maybe?
No, she has the most over Godzilla. Oh, she has the most wins over any other Godzilla monster.
She also dies in like most of her movies, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got.
Yeah, come on. She also dies in like every one of them.
Moth form does. So I just now noticed that Gigan has the same record, but
1 win?
Yeah, 1 win, 2 losses.
What was his 1 win?
I don't know. This is what the book says.
I don't know about all that.
That's what it says.
I mean, maybe.
Gabara has 1 win and 2 losses.
All right, now I don't believe this book at all.
Who is Gabara? The awesome kaiju that we named this podcast after.
I don't buy that one at all.
I know this
Unless
book,
you're talking about that like hyper punch that he does on Minya.
That is probably it.
Punches little baby Godzilla on the face.
Oh yeah, I really don't believe this now. Anguirus has 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie. Anguirus, God bless him. I'd say my second favorite kaiju. All right, well, good one. I still want to throw Gigan in there. Oh, Gigan. But poor Anguirus wins 0 fights.
He doesn't.
He needs help every time.
Well, if it's, I mean, he's getting messed up in a lot of his movies he's in. I mean, he got his jaw like broken in half. It's pretty rough. But so overall, fan of Godzilla vs. Destroyah?
It's one of my favorite of the 90s Godzilla movies. I will say though, after watching the Gamera trilogy, they are superior to all of the Godzilla 90 movies. I don't know. Some Godzilla fans would see that as heresy to say that he's a giant turtle that breathes fire. Well, yeah, but also
the Heisei Gamera trilogy is absolutely fantastic, and we are going to cover it here. I'm a little bit more partial, I think, to this one that me and you've been talking about, 85 Biollante and Destroyah.
Hey, you're entitled to your opinion.
I know.
Even though you're wrong.
It's okay to be wrong here.
This is America. This isn't communist Russia, all right? You're entitled to it. But no, it's really good. They did a really good job on a lot of stuff in this movie. The
score overall is one of the best things about this movie.
Oh, there's drums. The suit looked amazing. Destroyer
is a really cool design.
He is, but like suit wise, he's too
clunky.
He's a brick basically. Yeah. Like his arms can barely move.
Yeah.
He doesn't do much, like unless if he's flying. But even then, he's just a man in a giant rubber suit that looks awesome on piano wire flying across the screen.
He looks cooler flying in flying form.
I really love the flying form. I don't think I already said that, but yeah.
When it's final form Destroyah, he literally just like the first time he takes flight is they just pick him up as is standing straight up, and it's like he's just levitating almost because the suit is too big.
It's huge, giant thighs. Like he's got those legendary Godzilla thighs.
Yeah, he's a chunky boy.
he's protein, but no, I don't know, and like. I don't want to say it's so demonic. It just looks really cool.
He looks evil. Like this is a monster that you need to be afraid of. There's nothing that says this guy could be good. We don't know. He could help us. No, you see Destroyah, it's game over. It's time to go. This is something horrible happening.
He straight up murders Godzilla Jr.
Yeah.
Little bitty crab forms. It looks like they're blowing black holes into the soldiers. Yeah. Because they shoot them, and this swirling vortex opens up in their chest, and then they just throws them across the screen. Like, what just happened?
use that power on Godzilla. If adult form had that one.
I want to know, like, what... I want to see the behind the scenes, like, pictures. Like, I want to see them inside the suit. Like, I want to see the inner workings of burning Godzilla and Destroyer, because the smoke is just piling off of them.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to know, like, what did they have in this movie? Like, what was inside the suit that produced all that? And, like, how
alongside the actor that's in there, too, you know?
Yeah.
So, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I know we're closing in on almost being done here. Is there anything you would change about this movie?
There's some elements of the plot that I would change. I don't... Now that you put me on the spot, that's that test anxiety that's kicking in. I don't remember what I was going to say.
Well, to give you a moment to think about it,
for me, go for
it. Doing all the callbacks that they do in this movie to the original, I would have liked to have seen some kind of throwback, or maybe they spend 5-10 minutes going to visit Odo Island, where we first see Godzilla, and I think that would be just a neat little addition to this movie, just helping it tie it all back together. I think a little visit to Odo Island would have been pretty cool, but that's just me.
Oh man, what's the word I'm trying to think? They do the ceremony to exorcise the demon. That's it.
Yeah.
To exorcise Godzilla, and he's like, "No, I'm gonna take out your cows." I don't know. It's just maybe if they explained some things a little more. But it's just, to me, it's like the oxygen destroyer 40 years ago woke up those tiny little microscopic life forms, and they grow.
It's a little microorganism. I don't know if it woke it up, but it changed it. It mutated it, and so.
Well, they said they were from the Precambrian era.
True.
Which is before the dinosaurs. Which, looking at him, he's like, "You do look like something that could live before the dinosaurs."
Mm-hmm. And probably wipe them out if you were there.
No, that was Des Ghidorah.
Yeah.
And the Mothra trilogy. Have you seen those?
I need to watch them.
They're basically garbage, but they're.
But you watched them for the Ghidorah. Come on.
The suit actor that was Ghidorah in the last one turns into Godzilla. Well, he is the next one. In the Millennium series, he played most of Godzilla in the Millennium series, and he was one of the suit actors for the Super Sentai, and he was just at one of the conventions I tried to get you to go to.
Yeah,
it was him and
go see, him
and Ben Ferrua.
Yep, and I had to work that whole weekend,
and I ended up with a fever that day, so that's
awesome.
That worked out really well.
Good stuff.
Oh, by the way, children, if you're sick, don't come to work.
Don't go to work
because you'll pass it on to other people.
Rude. So what's coming up next? What's episode 4?
I've practiced this in my head. Close your eyes, Alex. Take a trip back to the golden age of the Showa era.
Okay.
Ashiro Honda's the director. Eiji Tsuburaya does the special effects. Akira Ifukube, the big 3.
Are we doing Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, the original?
No, we're not, because I don't have that on DVD.
I do.
No, Ashiro Honda didn't do that movie.
Oh, he didn't do that?
He came back for Terror Mechagodzilla.
Okay.
But thank you for reading my train of thought. D-bag. No. That's abbreviated. Can't force me. So we've got Godzilla. And we have Rodan. And we have Mothra. What if? Stay with me now. What if we take them 3?
Are you gonna do?
Put them in a movie together, like the Avengers. We're gonna do it before Marvel Studios. But we need somebody to fight them. Let's go back.
How great!
The Golden King.
How awesome is it that for everyone listening, I want you to know something. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yes!
When you were like, what do you want to do? What do you think? Which one do you want to do? And I was like, I want to do. And you were like, no, don't tell me because I don't want it to mess up if it's the one I'm having. The same movie, Ghidorah the 3-headed monster, 1964, I believe, right?
One of the greatest scores. One of the greatest plots. Get this trash out of here.
Get this trash out of here.
Oh, sorry, Ultra 7. Oh, yeah. Sorry, man. Sorry. We're just going to take up the whole screen. And don't you dare bring your figure arts over here because that thing is fragile. You look at it wrong. This will do.
I got nothing.
The Golden King, Mr. Three Heads.
Yep.
That's
going to be an amazing film to cover. I'm really excited that that's the one you want to choose. That is a classic.
Because if you pick another Heisei movie one more time.
Oh no, this was the one of the shallow ones I was definitely looking forward to us covering. And
it is a direct sequel, they said, to Godzilla vs. Mothra. And I'm like, I can say that. Oh, something else I was going to say. Let's go back to the potential debatable racist dubbing. The voices in those movies are terrible.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Especially in Ultraman. Like that's, I was gonna say this in our first episode. Me and Christy, like let's win the lottery several times. Get the rights to all these movies and just hire better actors to redub.
And just redub so many of them. Yeah.
It's so bad from the older movies, but the story's good and the DVDs that came out, not like the Heisei series, like thanks TriStar. But the ones that were released recently, in previous years, do come with the Japanese audio track. So I need to actually sit down and watch those in Japanese. I'm sure they'll be better.
Yeah.
And not distracting. Like, thank you so much, everybody. And then here's the main actor. Like, I'm an American actor, and I'm the hero. Because you can tell because I have a heroic voice. Like, God, we were so racist in the 60s.
It gets pretty bad when you're watching those. But no, I'm thoroughly excited for Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, and which is basically
the Avengers.
It's also basically what we're getting in May.
that's why I picked it.
Yeah,
I was going from all right. Should we knock out Rodan? Should we do Varan? Get that out of the way.
Let's.
We're doing Varan. We're doing Varan because I need to sit down and watch that movie entirely. I love his look too. It's simple, and I love simple looking kaiju. I find them the best. It's like that's why I love so many of the Ultraman kaiju. They're simple. They're dinosaurs, and you don't need to
complicated like Destroyah.
I was about to shift the camera. They're not super complicated like that. Or Orca was weird.
I liked Orca though. I think Orca's cool. He's fairly easy, minus the spaceship and all that. But I like that spaceship.
Yeah,
but.
Anyway.
I digress.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that's pretty much it for us today. Is there any news?
Other than there was that rumor that I sent you this morning that.
Yeah. All right. So expand on that, because I kind of glazed over it. I was still kind of asleep. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, the name's drawing a blank. The creator of Evangelion and.
Was it Anake or?
See, this is the reason when people say, like, he can't say words right. Trust me, I can say them in my head, but my mouth can't translate it. The creator of Evangelion, and he did Shin Godzilla. The rumor that came out today or yesterday was that he was going to do Shin Ultraman. And already, it's just like, okay, this is from
Are they excited about it?
It's from a tabloid. People were saying, like, so take it with a huge grain of salt.
But I'm saying, as far as fan reaction goes,
some people were saying no. I say, please, God, Michael Scott, no,
yeah.
God, no,
yeah,
please, God, no. But like, Shin Godzilla worked, but like Ultraman. No, don't mess with that because I don't want Ultraman to go into that WTF.
Well, unless all the monsters, like Ultraman could still be Ultraman, but all the monsters could get that kind of Shin-esque rework.
Have you? No.
I'm just saying.
He'll probably go Evangelion again and make like, oh, we have human characters in this. Let's make them emo and let's make the monsters do exactly what they did in Evangelion and Shin Godzilla. Did you ever see the comparison of Eva and Shin? A lot of the same shots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also a new Ultraman anime coming to Netflix in April.
New trailer dropped on it.
That's going to be pretty exciting to check out. And then we're getting inching closer to King of the Monsters.
That's why I picked Ghidorah, the three-headed monster.
I like it.
To our American audiences, Ghidorah, the three-headed monster.
That's probably my favorite movie with Ghidorah in it, though.
It's the only one where he's a BA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say it. Yeah, it's the only one where he's a BA. Otherwise, he's being controlled.
Yeah.
as a puppet. This is the only one where he's got free will.
I do like Godzilla versus Gigan though, because Ghidorah and Gigan make a heck of a team.
That was going to be my second Showa movie.
That's a good one. I like that one. Monster Zero, or Invasion of the Astro Monster. Sorry.
I love the aliens, the Exalien suits. Mm-hmm. Just it's simple.
Yeah,
it's all it is. It's like a gray suit and a black vest and a little black hood and those stylish looking little sunglasses. All right, we're at 40 minutes.
That's pretty much it.
Would you recommend this to somebody that
has never watched a Godzilla movie before? No. No. You need to watch a couple before you watch this one.
Yeah.
Now, this would be definitely, if you have you've seen a couple Godzilla movies, absolutely. I mean, this one, I think there's at least 4 or 5 you need to watch prior to this one.
Yeah, this isn't.
This is not firsthand, or not like beginning viewer.
No. There is some backstory that you definitely need to get the full effect in this movie, because otherwise you're going to just start in and it's like,
you have no idea what's going on.
What happens?
Why is this girl psychic? Why is Godzilla burning?
Yeah, I didn't know Godzilla was like that. Well, trust us, he's not always. He needs to go to the doctor. Anyway, well, thank you for doing.
Take some Pepto.
Yeah. I love the taste of Pepto, actually. Thank you for tuning in, listening to us. Hopefully, this isn't as long as the last one. It's not. It's only at 41 minutes. So we're doing a little better.
We're doing better.
We hope to trim down the fat like we did. Well, we want more of the first episode, but more structured, which hopefully we have.
I think this one was actually pretty good.
I like this episode.
Yeah, I like this episode.
We talked about the monster, and we skimmed over the plot, and they didn't mention Gondo, so I hate this movie.
I was kind of wanting Gondo. Gondo could have solved a lot of problems.
He has a sister. She showed up in Space Godzilla, but yeah. So
anyway,
find us on YouTube. You're on YouTube. Find us on the Facebook.
Yo, Gabara Gabara.
And give us a like, please. And chime in.
And just, ask some questions. You don't have to,
start leaving.
Do anything. Just ask some questions. What movies would you guys like to see us cover?
Yeah. Please leave nice comments.
Hate. No.
I feed off of your hate. Oh, and I want to give a shout out to your friend. Her name escapes me. I think her name is Jenny.
Who?
Maybe not. She shared our last video.
Oh, we had several people. Sam, my fiance did. Jess did.
Her.
And then
she said she loved us. She loved the host. Her.
The host.
So yeah, she already follows me. So maybe you get the update on this one. Hey, we'll let you pick a movie soon.
There you go.
So I'm zoomed way too far in. So I'm giving you a thumbs up. Yeah, that's about it. So thanks for tuning in.
All right.